Well, good evening and welcome to this, the draw for the 2022 Lakeside WDF World Championships, all taking place from the 1st to the 9th of January. And there are going to be 4 titles on offer: the men's, the women's, the boys and the girls' championships. A total of 78 players will assemble at what is of course known as the home of World Darts, the Lakeside. £300,000 worth of prize money on offer, and we are going to make those draws now with 2 very esteemed guests. Great to see them here. Scotty Dog, the 2015 champion, Scott Mitchell, and of course the 10-time world champion, the Golden Girl, Trina Gulliver, MBE. Welcome both. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good to be here.
Well, Trina, we'll start with you. First and foremost, before we move on to the draw, how are you doing? It's really good to see you.
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right, and still, still in recovery, and long way to go. Every day's a battle, so. But yes, I'm getting there. Thank you.
Well, you're looking well, and you're not in the draw, of course, for 2022. Will we see you back on the circuit next year? We're missing you.
You never know. You never know. We'll see how it goes.
Well, one man that's doing very well on the alternative circuit, he's here with us now, Scotty Dog, Scott Mitchell, champion in 2015. All eyes for you in a couple of weeks at the Ali Pally, but great to have you here still supporting the Lakeside tournament, an important one for you.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the first time feeling again.
Debutants. There's a lot of debutants in the draw for the men's championship. Do you remember that feeling?
It was a crazy feeling. You weren't in control of your body as I was walking out. I remember that. And I remember throwing my first darts to practice, and I couldn't keep my right leg still. It was just shaking the nerves. It's an amazing feeling to then have to overcome as the years go on. Well, you went from being a debutant, a couple of years later, of course, you were lifting the title. Still memories of 2015? It still feels like it was yesterday, to be honest. It was, yeah, magic moment for me and my family. And yeah, that's the best thing you can say about it, really. And Trina, of course, the 10-time world champion. I'm not sure if one sticks out the first or the last. Anything in particular?
They're all very different in their own right, but obviously the first one sticks out because it was the first. It was the first ever Ladies World Championship, so that's always going to be special. And it's important to mention that. We're going to be making the ladies draw later, but there were 4 players in that first World Championship. The field now is up to 24. Yeah. I mean, the progress now for the women's game is immense. We're up to 24 players at the WDF have upped that number, and record-breaking prize money. The champion's going to get £25,000. Yeah, that's great news. That's it's a big improvement, and yeah, it's very good news. Yeah, and as a flag bearer for the ladies' game, I know it's something you've really been pushing for so many years. So you must be delighted with it. I am delighted. Yeah, it's it's a good big step forward as well. Especially with the prize money. And of course with the format as well, the amount of people in it now. So that's really good. And hopefully it just gives her that little push to get back. That would be nice. We are going to make the draw, and of course we want to make sure it's all done properly. That means it's overseen by a familiar face from the Lakeside stage referee, and of course the WDF Secretary General Nick Rolls will be making sure everything is done properly. So the way we're doing it, we have the men's draw first of all, 48 players in total. 16 men are seeded in the bracket. They're going to take on another 32 players. They're going to play the first round. The players ranked from 17 down to 32 will be drawn at random against the players ranked 33 and below. They contest the first round, and we'll put them into the draw against the seeded player in the bracket. Scott, you're going to be drawing out the players ranked from 17 down to 32. Trina, you're going to be drawing out the men ranked from 33 down to 48. OK, so let's begin the draw for the men's Lakeside WDF World Championship, and we start at the top of the bracket. Brian Roman from Belgium is the #1 seed, the England Open champion. He will be playing either
number 18.
That is Leonard Gates from the USA. Or
number 46.
46, one of the qualifiers, Johnny Haynes of England. Anthony Allen, the number 16 seed from England, making his Lakeside debut. He will play either
number 27.
None other than the 3-time Lakeside world champion, making his 27th appearance, Wolfie Martin Adams. Or
number 45.
45, another qualifier, Jared Cole of England. The number 8 seed, he's just 14 years of age, the Irish Open champion, England's Luke Littler, will play either
number 25,
England's Ben Hazel, or
number 38,
the New Zealand regional table qualifier, Haupai Puha. Richard Venstra, number 9 seed from the Netherlands, former semi-finalist. He will play
number 32,
either Andreas Harrison from Sweden or
number 40,
the Romanian Laszlo Kadar from the East European regional table. Making his 14th World Championship appearance is Scotland's Ross Montgomery, the number 4 seed. He will play
number 17,
Aaron Turner of England or
number 33,
number 33, Scotland's Jim McEwen, British Classic champion. Michael Warburton of Wales is the 13th seed. He will play
number 24,
could be a fellow Welshman, Mark Graham, or
number 34,
an Englishman, Dave Prinz, his first Lakeside back since 2014. Neil Duff of Northern Ireland is our number 5 seed. He will play
number 28,
either the experienced 3-time quarter-finalist Paul Hogan of England or
number 44.
Number 44 is Australia's Justin Thompson from the Australian regional table, his 4th World Championship appearance. Nick Fulwell is the number 12 seed from England. He will play
number 22,
either Scotland's Mark Barilli, who's back for his 5th appearance, but his first since 2013, or
number 43.
Number 43 is from the Canadian regional table, Rory Hansen. Thibaut Tricol comes in as the number 2 seed, the Frenchman. He will play
number 21,
either England's Connor Scutt or
number 42.
Number 42, another Canadian from the regional table in Sean Burt. The number 15 seed, Alexei Kadochnikov from the Northern European regional table. He will play
number 30,
number 30, Steve Hine, making his Lakeside debut 4 times, of course, at the PDC World Championship, Steve Hine, or
number 35.
Number 35 is the USA's Kevin Luke. Andy Bartons, the number 7 seed from Belgium, former Lakeside quarter-finalist, will play
number 20.
Number 20, England's Dave Parletti's 3rd World Championship appearance, or
number 37.
Number 37 is Scotland's Sean MacDonald. The number 10 seed is England's Scott Marsh, British Open champion. He will be facing either
number 19,
England's James Richardson, 4 times at the Alexandra Palace, 1st time at the Lakeside, or
number 39.
Number 39 is from the East European regional table, Poland's Sebastian Steyer. Well, Wayne Warren comes in as the number 3 seed, the Welshman, the 2020 world champion. Who will he play?
number 29,
It'll be either England's Lee Shewan or
number 36.
England's Jordan Brooks. The 14th seed, Scotland's Cameron Menzies, Welsh Open champion, will face
number 31,
number 31, Ian Jones, back for his 2nd Lakeside. His first was in 2008. Or
number 41.
number 41, a regular from Canada, 8th appearance in a row for David Cameron. The number 6 seed, James Hurrell, will face
number 23,
the Belgian John Desremeaux, the West European regional qualifier, or
number 47.
number 47, It's all Belgium in this round. Mario van den Boogaard, the 2020 semi-finalist. And finally, the last seed in the list is number 11, USA's Dutch Dragon, Jules van Dongen. He will face either
number 26,
the first Italian to play the World Championship, Francesco Raschini, or
number 48.
Number 48, the last name out of the hat, is a Dutch qualifier, Ryan de Vrede. So that completes the draw. The 48-man field is complete for the 2022 Lakeside WDF World Championship, and we look forward to that getting underway on the 1st of January. We'll move on now with the ladies' draw. So as we've already mentioned, the ladies' field is up to 24 players now. That means that the top 8 are seeded into the second round, and the remaining 16 are going to be in this draw for the first round. The players ranked 9 to 16 will be drawn at random by Scutt, and the players ranked 17 and below will be drawn at random by Trina. So again, we'll go through the bracket order, which means that we start with the number 1 seed, Dita Hedman of England, 3 times a Lakeside finalist, and she will be facing either
number 11,
Scotland's Lorraine Hyde, or
number 19.
Number 19, Australia's Tori Kewish. The number 8 seed is the former finalist Lorraine Winstanley of England. She will face
number 16.
Number 16, Sweden's Vicky Prom.
Number 20.
Or number 20, New Zealand's Desi Mercer. Yeah, Vicky Prom was a semi-finalist 20 years ago at the Lakeside. The number 4 seed, Eileen de Graaf of the Netherlands, former semi-finalist, twice in fact, will play
number 12.
England's Laura Turner in her 3rd World Championship, or
number 22.
Japan's 2-time champion of the world, Mikuru Suzuki. The number 5 seed is the 17-year-old Bo Greaves of England, semi-finalist in 2020.
Number 14.
She faces either USA's Paula Murphy, the Seacoast Open champion, or
number 18.
Number 18 is Hungary's Veronika Ihash from the East European regional table. Into the bottom half now, and the number 2 seed, the 3-time former champion Anastasia Dobromoslova. She faces
number 13.
Either the number 13 in the draw, England's Paula Jacklin, playing in her 6th World Championship, or
number 24.
Number 24 is the qualifier from Wales, the twice former finalist Rhian O'Sullivan. The number 7 seed, England's Maria O'Brien, a semi-finalist in 2019, will play either
number 15.
England's Amanda Harwood, or
number 23.
Number 23, a qualifier from the Netherlands making her debut, Marjolein Noyens. The number 3 seed is from the Netherlands, Denmark Open champion Anke Zelstra. She will play
number 9.
Number 9 is Australia's Corrine Hammond, or
number 21.
Number 21 is Canada's Darlene Van Sluwen from the Canadian regional table, of course. And finally, the English player that seeded 6th, Welsh Open champion, Kirsty Hutchinson. She will face
number 10.
Number 10, Suzanne Smith of England, or
number 17.
From the North Europe regional table, Elena Schuldina. So that completes an excellent ladies' draw. And again, the first round begin on New Year's Day, all the way through to that big finals day on the 9th of January. £25,000 to the WDF Women's Champion. We certainly look forward to that. So with the men's and women's draws complete, we still have to look at the youth competitions. For the first time, there are going to be separate competitions for boys and girls. Those playoffs took place just a couple of days ago, both at the Lakeside and in the Netherlands. We had winners come through from each. The girls' final is all set. Of course, we don't need to draw it, but there is a bit of formality about who has the home dressing room, so to speak. We just want to make sure that the draw is in the right order. So, Trina, if you could just draw out the two names. We have England's Eleanor Cairns and Germany's Wiebke Riemann. So we just want to draw out a first name. There's balls 1 and 2 in there just for the draw order on the day. Things like the bull up.
Number 1.
It's number 1. It is Eleanor Cairns that's first on the draw sheet of England. And just for the formality, we'll draw out the other ball for Germany's.
And number 2.
Wiebke Riemann. So, Trina, great that we finally have a Lakeside World Championship girls competition.
Yes, absolutely. Step forward again. Yes, that's great. And, you know, they deserve it. So it's an all-round, another good step forward.
Absolutely, and we like the fact that it's an international clash as well, with those 2 qualifiers being separated. So, Scott, if you'll do the boys' draw for us, we've got 4 boys through, 2 from the Lakeside, 2 from the Netherlands. Those 2 qualifiers took place on Sunday. We're going to draw out the 4 names now, all 4 in the bag. They come out at random. This is the draw order for the boys' WDF Lakeside World Championships.
Number 3.
First name out is the qualifier from the Netherlands, the German, Louis Lipto. He will play
number 4.
Number 4. His fellow qualifier from the Netherlands is Bradley Roos. So it's Germany versus the Netherlands in that first semi-final. We know that the second semi-final is all English. The order is
number 1.
The 2019 Lakeside World Youth Champion, Leighton Bennett. And he plays
number 2.
Fellow English player, as I say, Charlie Large. So that completes our youth draws as well. Scott, we'll talk to you about the youth. Now, Leighton Bennett won that title in 2019, spectacular fashion. And then you faced him a year later in the first round of the men's competition.
It was probably the draw that I didn't want. So, yeah, he played a tough game. It was a tough game to beat him mentally. It's very hard to play a younger player in the draw, and you get youth versus sort of
bit of experience.
But yeah, bit of experience against the youth. It's tough for you being an experienced player. So, yeah, that I'm looking out for. That's good.
Well, that leads us nicely back to the men's. I mean, we have a 14-year-old in Luke Littler. Absolutely fantastic season. Wins the Irish Open men's competition. Comes in as one of the seeds.
He will have no fear. He will have no fear. We've all been watching him. The name's not been unknown to us for a while now, and to think that he's still only 14 with the talent he has, it's awesome that he's qualified, and yeah, I can't wait to see him play.
So some draws, anything that stands out for you? I mean,
well, we were talking about youth versus experience. I think Jared Cole playing Martin Adams is a mouth-watering tie, and looking down a couple of mates, Dave Parletti and Sean McDonald playing each other. That's a really good matchup, and that's to play Andy Baton's a quarter-finalist from 2018. So, real tough bracket of the draw there, but we're looking forward to watching those.
One man we must mention, of course, is the champion of 2020. He hasn't had the traditional return to defend his title a year on. He's had to wait 2 years. How do you think Wayne Warren will fare?
Well, it's been a long wait for him. Obviously, he to be announced as the world champion will be great for him. To go back to Lakeside and be announced as a world champion, that is the most lovely thing, having experienced that. I think it's going to depend on what works Wayne's been doing leading up to the championship. You've got to put the practice in, and we know that Wayne's not the best at practicing at times. So I think he'll just be looking forward to the experience all over again, and he'll be there to win it again for sure.
Yeah, we really look forward to the men's championship. And Trina, you've been announced as a champion on that stage just the 10 times as you've returned to defend. Mikuru Suzuki is the champion from 2020. She's won the last 2 editions. It's been tough for her though, hasn't it? She hasn't had a lot of competitive play over the last couple of years. So a bit like Wayne, it's going to be difficult for her to return, I think. Yeah,
so, you know, like you say, it's going to be strange as well, going back onto the Lakeside stage and, you know, having that there. So, but yes, it's going to be a bit strange for everybody, I think, this year. So,
what do you make of Makuru's draw?
Makuru, yes, Laura Turner. Now, Laura's playing very, very well at the moment, so that's going to be an interesting one. Yeah. And obviously, the winner of that plays Anna. No, she doesn't. She plays Aileen de Graaf.
It's all the A's?
It's all the A's.
Well, you've moved us on nicely to Anna, actually. Yeah. Just looking at that draw, I really think that's just a section that stands out.
Yeah, Paula against Rianne. Now, they played in county a couple of weeks back, and Paula beat Rianne. So, and that was a very good game. So Rianne might be looking for a bit of revenge there. So it'll be a good game.
And like you say, going through to meet the 3-time former champion Anastasia, that's really tasty. And Rianne, you know very well, you played her in 2 finals. She came through as a qualifier back in, was it 2010? And got to the final?
Yes.
Came back, did it in 2011?
Yeah.
She's one of those players, isn't she? Doesn't play the whole tour. So capable.
She tends to get through every time on qualifying, and you know that's a strong point, obviously, and it's a good way of getting through, you know, and so yeah, that's going to be a top game, that one.
Okay, well, I'm going to put you both on the spot. No pressure. We just want a name in each tournament, please. So the men's champion, give us a name, Scott. You've heard it here first.
Do you know what? I'm going to go with Wolfie, actually, at Martin Adams.
Scotty Dog going for Wolfie. And Trina, if we were to give you one name as champion?
I'd like to see Kirsty do well, because I think Kirsty's had a good season. But I think, you know, just this year might be Rianne.
Well, there you go. Who knows? Trina's not there to stop her this time. Well, that does complete the draw. Some brilliant ties coming up, and you can keep across everything WDF on all of our social media channels, and of course the WDF website. The key thing now for Lakeside is the unique atmosphere it provides, and we hope that everyone watching will be there supporting and joining in with the fun from the 1st to the 9th of January 2022. We can't wait to be back at the home of World Darts, the Lakeside.